The Simpsons are a small family consisting of parents Homer and Marge and their 3 children Bart, Lisa, and Maggie. They live in Springfield at 742 Evergreen Terrace. Illustrator Matt Groening was inspired by the idea for The Simpsons when he was in the lobby of James Brooks. Matt Groening called the characters he drew after his family members, and used the name Bart instead of his own. The family appeared on Tracey Ullman's program on April 14, 1987, and then its series began broadcasting on December 17, 1989. There are several small and large personalities in addition to the 5 main members of the family. The most recurring characters are Homer's father Simpson, Patty and Marge's sisters Selma, and family pets Santa's Little Helper and Snowball too. Other family members include Homer's mother Mona Simpson, Homer's wife Amber, Marge's mother Jacqueline Bouvier, and all minor relatives. Basic family. The Simpson family is a family that lives in Springfield, USA, at 742 Evergreen Terrace. Homer, the head of the family, works at a nuclear power plant in Springfield, and is a careless buffoon. Married to Marge Simpson, American housewife. The couple have 3 children, Bart, a troubled 10-year-old, Lisa, an 8-year-old with precocious intelligence, and a baby Maggie, who rarely speaks. The family has a dog named Santa's Little Helper and a cat named Snowball too. They both star in several episodes of the series. Although the show has secondary contemporary events such as holidays and birthdays, there is no change in the physical size of the Simpson family, and they still have the scenes that were drawn at the end of the 1980s. Despite the dysfunctional composition of the family, most of the parts are concerned with providing a model for relationships between individuals, the relationship of each member to the other and the family. The general idea. Matt Groening came up with the idea for The Simpsons when he was waiting in the lobby of James Brooks. Brooks wanted to implement the idea for a miniseries about Matt Groening's family. Therefore, Matt Groening decided to present his idea in the form of comic episodes entitled Life in Hill or Life in Hell, but he realized that the production of Life in Hell required the cancellation of copyright. Modify the names of the characters in the series according to his family members. His father is Homer, his mother is Margaret, and his sisters are Lisa and Maggie. Instead of his personal name, he preferred the name Bart, an anagram of the word brat, meaning brat, and coined the character from his older brother Mark. The 5 family members are drawn in a simple design so that the emotions on the characters' faces can easily change without any effort, and the characters are known by their silhouettes. Matt Groening provided only the basic shapes for the animation, and he thought that the images would be modified in the production stage, but they reprinted the animation on the one-hand shapes only. This also leads to the characters taking a place with their superficial viewpoints in the first short episodes. The Simpsons debuted as an episode of The Tracey Ullman Show on April 14, 1987. The Simpsons were formatted as a half-hour episode for Fox Television in 1989. The Simpsons remained the main characters in this new show. Vocal performance. Dan Castellaneta, Julie Kavanaugh, and Nancy Cartwright voiced the characters on The Tracey Ullman Show. Nancy Cartwright is the only character in the group who has learned to be a voice actress. As for Castellaneta, he has done many vocal performances in Chicago. Castellaneta and Kavanaugh were a regular part of the voice performances on The Tracey Ullman Show, and when there was a need to voice performances in the episodes, the directors decided to ask them to voice the characters of Homer and Maggie instead of other actors. The producers decided to audition for the roles of Lisa and Bart. Yardley Smith joined the initial auditions for the role of Bart, but voice director Benita Patua found Yardley Smith's voice too loud and shrill. After this incident, Yardley Smith recalled, "I always spoke more like a girl. I read a couple of lines as if I were Bart, and then I was told, 'Thank you for coming.'" Yardley Smith was assigned the role of Lisa instead of Bart. On March 13, 1987, Nancy Cartwright went to the auditions to play the role of Lisa, and when she entered the auditions, she knew that Lisa was a simple character, as she was the middle child, and at that time she thought that the character was not more suitable for her personality. Cartwright became more attached to the role of Wright when he learned that he was cunning, unsuccessful, hated school, disrespectful to others, and intelligent, and found her very interesting. Matt Groening gave Cartwright a chance to try out for the role, and while reeling when he heard Cartwright gave him the part. Homer Simpson. Homer J. Simpson, father of The Simpsons, is played by Dan Castellaneta. He embodies the stereotype of many of the American working class. He is rude, fat, incompetent, reckless, and an intoxicating person. As events progress, Homer shows more intelligence and disciplined behavior from time to time. He spoke under the influence of Walter Matthau, but over the course of the second and third seasons of the half-hour show he developed into a more burly voice. Homer has become one of the most influential fictional characters, and the British Sunday Times called him the greatest comedian of modern times. I was inspired to a great business district and incorporated a murmuring of wrath. This cartoon series is considered one of the most popular series in the world, and unlike most animated series, it has always been controversial in terms of its touching on many religious and political topics. The 29th season of the current year. This series was in fact the basis on which many adult animations were built. Without it, many other series such as South Park, Family Guy and even Futurama would not have appeared. In this article, we will present to all fans of the series some facts that they did not know about. Their favorite series. 1. A gift from one of the series writers to his gay son. Mr. Burns and Mr. Smithers are drinking wine together. In 2016, the writers of the series confirmed the rumors about Mr. Smithers being gay, which can be seen in many episodes, but in the episode The Burns Cage, the matter was confirmed for the viewers, and in this episode Smithers accepts the fact that his love for Mr. Burns will remain one-sided, so Homer tries to help him find the love of his life. Rob Lazebnicki, the writer who wrote this episode, said he got the idea from his son, and why he wrote it. I'm a typical Western guy, so I don't tend to express my feelings too much, but I thought to myself, what better way to tell my son I'm proud of him than to write an episode of a cartoon about it. 2. God is superior to humans. Homer whispers in God's ear. In all religions, God is much stronger than his worshippers, and this is manifested in great abilities such as knowledge of the unseen or control of the seas, etc. But in this series, the supernatural ability of God lies in obtaining 5 fingers on each hand instead of 4 like the rest of the characters. In fact, we do not know exactly the reason which prompted the painters to give the figure of the god an additional finger, but the reason why not everyone gets 5 fingers is due to the fact that this matter is very expensive in terms of time and effort together. 3. Top bookie Lisa Simpson. Lisa and Homer enjoy watching the match. In the episode titled Lisa the Greek, the 14th episode of the 3rd season, Lisa gets angry with her father who tricked her into helping him bet on American football matches and decides to make a bet of her own. According to this bet, if Lisa loves her father, then the Washington Redskins will win the championship, but if she doesn't like him, the winning team will be the Buffalo Bills. The episode was shown 3 days before the tournament, and the match between these two teams ended with the victory of the Washington team. During the next 3 years, Fox followed a tradition that includes talking about the 2 participating teams in the tournament and broadcasting the episode before the match, and according to the interviews that you can watch in the original tapes, Lisa used to choose the winning team every time. 4. Characters who lost their voice. Phil Hartman. Fanfest.com. After Phil Hartman, who was playing the voices of lawyer Lionel Hutz and Troy McClure, was murdered by his wife, the producers didn't look for a replacement for him and chose to retire the characters instead, but you can still watch these 2 characters in the series, as they appear silently in the crowd without participating in dialogues with other characters. 5. Full names. The Simpsons cheer for Lisa. Although the first name has become sufficient today to distinguish any of these personalities, each of them has a full name, and these names are Homer J. Simpson, Marjorie Jacqueline Bouvier Simpson, Lisa Marie Simpson, Bartholomew Jojo Simpson, Margaret Evelyn Simpson. 6. McBain appears frequently in the series. McBain in The Simpsons. news as. In fact, this character appeared and continues to appear extensively in the series, to the point that if you cut and edit his scenes, you may be able to make a separate movie from him. 7. Writers can mock the Fox News network without legal consequences. Comer in a secret Fox office. We have always and repeatedly noticed during many episodes that the series mocks the Fox network, which may seem strange considering that the series is shown on the same network in the first place, due to the fact that the contract includes a conditional clause stating that the series has the right to criticize and ridicule the network. 8. How much are the children? Maggie's price is $485. In the introduction to each episode of the series, we see Marge buying household items in the supermarket. But by mistake the accountant takes Maggie and checks her on the machine to find out the price as if she was one of the purchases. If you look closely at the scene, you will notice that there are some numbers that appear when examining the little girl. In the first seasons, the figure appears at $847.63, but this number is not just a random number that was chosen without reason. According to what Matt Groening said, this amount was the average monthly expense for raising children in the United States of America in 1989. But in 2008, that is, in the 20th season, the numbers differed, as the price of purchases was $243.26 to turn into $486.52 after adding Maggie, given that the cost of raising children did not decrease. So it is expected that the new message here is that the presence of a small child in your family would double your expenses. 9. The secret to choosing the color yellow. All yellow Simpsons. Have you ever wondered why so many characters in the series have yellow skin? If you think that this color was chosen because it is the favorite color of the animators, then you are wrong, as Matt Groening decided to use this color to attract the attention of viewers and make the series distinct from others.